Human evolution has staged a full frontal assault on gratitude, and I'm gonna prove it to you, okay? Are you ready? Strap in, because I'm gonna show you a photo, and this is gonna test my theory. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Well, did that just blow your fucking mind? Is your brain literally melting, coming out of your ears and mouth and dribbling into your lap right now? No? No big deal, huh? Too good for that? You think that's normal? You think you're just owed the existence of that? Let me fucking tell you. If there's one thing humanity has excelled at, it's our ability to adapt. Tired of being a victim to the elements of nature? Build shelter. Cold in your weird little hairless man body? Make clothes out of the animals you slaughter. Bored? Eat some mysterious mushrooms, trip balls, see the burning bush, and experience the image of God right before your very eyes, birthing what would eventually become the concept of human religion. You get the point. We as human beings are extremely good at adapting. We are able to use our resources and the things around us to change our environment, to build a better tomorrow. That's what we're always thinking about. How can this be better? A wooded canopy turns into a tent, and that turns into a log cabin. And that log cabin turns into a nice middle-class home, and then that turns into a mega mansion with artificial intelligence controlling your weather and air quality. And what do all of these structures have in common? Inside of all of them are human beings riddled with dissatisfaction. Why? Why can we never have enough? There's an idea in psychology that describes this phenomenon called the hedonic treadmill. Psychology today defines the hedonic treadmill as the idea that an individual's level of happiness, after rising or falling in response to positive or negative life events, ultimately tends to move back toward where it was prior to these experiences. The major upside to hedonic adaptation is that it allows us to adapt and function in the face of bad events, right? For example, if you were to break your arm, you wouldn't be caught in a state of shock and disbelief and grief until your arm was perfectly functioning again. You would just embrace the fact that you snapped your fucking arm, adapt and work through it until you were good again. Without this ability to adapt and have a baseline of happiness that we return to, we'd be completely dysfunctional as a species. Hedonic adaptation is the reason we see people find beauty and inspiration in the face of serious adversity. It is the reason that even in the face of trauma, individuals find a way to live on and be a positive light for the world around them. If you shit yourself at a Whole Foods, it's gonna be embarrassing in the moment. You know, you might lose some sleep that night, but eventually you're gonna accept it, you're gonna come to grips with it, and you're just gonna be that guy that shit yourself in a Whole Foods. And that's fine. Hey man, aren't you that guy that shit himself the other day at Whole Foods? Yeah. There are some downsides and some consequences to our rapid ability to adapt. The hedonic treadmill tricks us into overlooking what we already have in pursuit of more. Think about that time where you got a new phone or a new job, or maybe you moved into a shiny new apartment. The quick spike in joy that you had when those circumstances first changed quickly wears off. Your phone just becomes your phone, the city you live in just becomes the city you live in, your apartment just becomes your apartment. I recently bought a new camera, and right now I'm still in the phase of looking at it like it's my baby.
Take it away, take it away.
I've stuck my old camera on the shelf, and I kind of just carry this thing around the house. I hold it while watching TV. I love Quentin Tarantino. How about we throw the goddamn ball, coach? No, that's what I'm saying. They have an extremely talented cast of receivers. And they're not using it. Anthony, Bobby, Karamo, Jonathan. I fucking love Jonathan. They come in and they show these people well-deserved love. And I know gay people too. I'll just come out and say it. I'm a pretty big fan of gay people. Not to say all gay people what they're saying. There's probably some gay people out there that are bad people. But I'm just saying, everything feels so amazing and perfect. But in a week or two, it's just gonna be another one of my cameras. She'll stay on the shelf instead of being by my side. She'll try to tell me how she wants more and that she misses how things used to be, but it won't matter because I'll be online browsing for my next camera. I'm not saying the hedonic treadmill is inherently good or bad. It's just human evolution. It's baked into us at this point. But we can work to be aware of it. I really started thinking about this topic and getting passionate about it when I was on my walk home from the gym the other day. See, a few months ago, I left Cincinnati and moved to Chicago, and the immediate rewards were obvious. I lived in a safer neighborhood, the city was beautiful, I was in a house with 2 of my best friends, I could walk to the gym, the lake, the train, and 100 different coffee shops. In the beginning, it was such an inspiring breath of fresh air. But after a few months, I just got used to it, and for some reason on this walk, I realized that. And purely from my realization, I began to look at everything different around me. Not even being dramatic, on this walk home, I almost cried. Like, I was just blown away by the fact that I was in Chicago because I decided that's something I wanted to do to improve my life. If you really take the time to be curious and observant and really analyze how much of a gift everything is, it's hard to understand why you're always asking for more. And this is the exercise I've been trying to do a few times a week to keep myself grateful and feeling fulfilled. If you look around at the most basic fucking things and analyze the shit out of them, things become so much less boring and dull and uninspiring. And everything becomes a fucking miracle. Like, one second. For example, this bin. Take this bin, for example. This is a neglected bin. But you know what else this bin is? This bin is an example of the human ability to tap in to the divine geometry of the universe and carefully crafted by materials that I don't even fucking know how we produce. How do you produce canvas? What is it made of? It comes from the earth, but we spun it in some way and then applied our knowledge of geometry to create a bin that holds our items, which we have. We have items, and we've learned how gravity works, so we use this bin that we crafted out of who fucking knows what. What's canvas? You don't fucking know. I don't know what canvas is, and neither do you. What the fuck is gravity? And how can we tune into how it works at all? What do you have to be upset about when bins exist? Serious question. Serious question. What do you have to be upset about when bins exist? The sun. The sun is something we see every day and we're just like, no shit. No, the sun is a ball of fire that by some luck of nature is the perfect distance from us. And that's not fucking crazy to you? My bones are surrounded by flesh and blood that all work within a system so complex that I'm able to walk normally, or I can do something more like this if I feel like it. And I'm gonna say this one more time, because I don't think you heard me properly the first time. I don't think you understood me or took me seriously at the beginning of this video. Giraffes fucking exist. And you don't care? With their weird long necks and magnificent pelts and purple fucking tongues? Every morning, I have the audacity to wake up and not give a fuck that giraffes exist. When you're feeling like shit about life, I need you to tap in to the curious child that you once were. Everything felt new to you. There was a day where we learned that giraffes existed, and we were so filled with joy and amazement, okay? And before we were polluted with this idea that everything is just normal and life is just where we are, we appreciated giraffes amongst millions of other fucking mind-blowing things that we co-inhabit on this massive rock. So the next time you're feeling like shit, you're feeling like you're not successful enough, or you're feeling like you need that new camera, or that new job, or those new Jordans, remember this. Giraffes fucking exist. And so do you. Thanks for watching, guys. This was a tough one to make, honestly, because I've always only ever made videos that were off the cuff and just pure impulse. But going into this year, I'm really trying to refine my production process and take this channel more seriously, and that means scripting, outlining, shot listing, and really taking my time with things. So I know I haven't posted in like a little over a month now. I've mostly been doing things on TikTok, but I'm not going to ditch the vlogs entirely. I'm not going to ditch the more freeform stuff. This one honestly took me fucking forever. Like, I'm way behind schedule. But I think the more I do videos like this, the more I refine them and the more I refine my process and just make it efficient, we should be able to pump out a lot more of these. So Happy New Year. Thank you for watching. If you have any topic or anything you'd want to see me talk about, leave it in the comments below. Like it if you want, subscribe if you want, comment if you want, but there's really only one thing I'm going to ask of you today, and it's not liking, it's not commenting, it's not subscribing, because who am I? I'm just some piece of shit on the internet. What I want you to do today is pick something mundane and think about it until it blows your mind. Okay? And once you're done, and once you've learned to appreciate your remote, or your bedspread, or a leaf, go online and put on some scenic B-roll of giraffes. Thanks for watching, you ungrateful pieces of shit. I love you, barely. See ya!